Senator Myrie to explain his vote.
Thank you, Madam President, and good morning. It is good to be back in the chamber. I'd be remiss if I didn't start off with thanking our Majority Leader, Andrea Stewart-Cousins, Chantel Smith, Jessica Prasad, Donovan Borington, a number of our anti-gun violence organizations, and our champion in the other house, Assemblymember Diana Richardson, for helping to make this bill become a reality today. In 2019, on the last day of this legislative session, when I was in this chamber, I got a call from the mayor's office. And they told me that an 11-year-old in my district was shot with a stray bullet, pierced his chest, broke his spine. And that young king, Jaden Grant, thankfully survived. But his life was forever changed that day. His family, our community, forever traumatized by that incident of gun violence. And I wish, Madam President, that I could stand before you today and say that that's an isolated incident. But the unfortunate reality is that this happens every day in our communities. Shootings are up in New York City 257%. And I wish I could say it's just a New York City problem. But the top 5 counties in the state, 3 of them, Erie, Onondaga, and Monroe, are outside of New York City. And of course, I wish I could say this is just a New York problem, but this is a scourge that is happening across the nation. 109 Americans die daily from gun violence. 75% of homicides across this nation, gun violence. The leading cause of death for children and teenagers in this country, gun violence. Half of the black teenagers that died in 2019 died from gun violence. And just like many of society's ills, gun violence disproportionately affects black people. If you are a black man in this country, you are 8 times more likely to die from gun homicide than any other category. And although young black men only constitute 2% of our population, they make up 37% of gun homicides. And I know what you're thinking, Madam President. Not here in New York. We have some of the strongest gun safety laws in the nation. But black people in this great state are 15 times more likely to die from the bullet of a gun than their white counterparts. And if that human cost doesn't move you, gun violence costs this state $3 billion a year. So today, Madam President, we say enough is enough. We will become the first state in the nation to declare gun violence what it is: a public health crisis that demands a crisis-level response. The Community Violence Intervention Act will provide resources for community and hospital-based programs that can show the country that with evidence-based and non-police solutions, we can collectively fight for our public safety. And while gun violence has robbed thousands of years off of the lives of New Yorkers, this act today is a deposit in the future of New Yorkers like Jaden Grant. The future of New Yorkers like the 9-year-old daughter of Brownsville who just last night watched her father kill her entire family and turn the gun on himself. We are making a deposit today for that daughter of Brownsville. From Brownsville to Buffalo, this is a deposit for peace. It is a deposit for our grieving mothers, a deposit for our hurting families, a deposit for a New York that will one day, Madam President, be free from gun violence. So for all of those reasons, I proudly vote in the affirmative. Thank you.